News tonight, police in the University of South Carolina say the basketball star Ashlyn Watkins is charged with assault and battery and kidnapping.
On that South Carolina roster. On good hands as Watkins takes it on the break and puts it down!
She was on the way to becoming a hoops hero, but her one move ruined it all. Ashlyn Watkins quickly went from leading the charge on the basketball court to facing serious legal charges. What provoked her into doing something out of the line? Watch this video till the end to uncover everything about Watkins and her charges. New details revealed. Day of incident. On the night of August 31st, 2024, at around 2:54 a.m., police and fire personnel were alerted and sought at 650 Lincoln Street, an on-campus apartment complex of the University of South Carolina, after a fire alarm was pulled. As officers arrived at the apartment complex, they saw a group of individuals running towards a parking garage.
She was arrested following an incident at a housing complex on campus on Lincoln Street. Our Cassidy Buyer has the latest.
As they followed behind, they heard someone, apparently a female, screaming for help. While preparing themselves for what was about to come next, they got closer. In a shocking twist, they saw a minor female leaning over the ledge of the third-floor parking lot, yelping, and another female holding her back. Investigation. Upon investigation, it was discovered that the female holding the minor was 20-year-old Ashlyn Watkins, an American college basketball player for the South Carolina Gamecocks. The other minor female was the one who pulled the fire alarm and chose not to identify herself.
The victim, who was treated for non-life-threatening injuries by EMS, was able to run away and pulled a fire alarm.
The police separated both of them, and the person involved told the police that Watkins had hit her several times. Police then began questioning the two of them, seeing the victim upset. The victim called Watkins her best friend, but Watkins said she was her girlfriend. The victim told the police that she and Watkins were arguing, and then she tried to get away from her. She further said she had come to see her best friend, pointing towards Watkins, but later went to the second floor's parking garage to help her sick friend out. She was unaware of the horror that was about to unfold. Watkins soon made it to that floor, losing her mind over the thought that she might be cheating on her. She went straight to her, pulling her to another floor.
Now, according to an arrest warrant, Watkins assaulted the victim, who was not named, by forcefully grabbing her face, pulling her by her arms, and pushing her.
The police again asked the person involved if Watkins had hit her, but she refused. Watkins, on the flip side, when asked by the police what she was doing there, admitted that she had grabbed and walked the person involved outside. She also said when she and the victim went back to her room to let her dog out, the victim began running outside and reached the ledge of the third floor's parking lot. In a more strange move, she said, the victim mounted on the ledge. She reportedly quickly sprang into action and grabbed her with both arms, thinking she might jump, but the person involved confirmed that she wasn't about to jump and was instead trying to speak to Watkins. She also asked her if she could use her phone to call her mother, but Watkins denied. Later, the victim was treated for her non-life-threatening injuries by EMS and was transported to the police department. After police confirmed that she wasn't suicidal, she was handed to her mother, who was called to the PD. Ashlyn Watkins is a 20-year-old American basketball player for the South Carolina Gamecocks. She went to Cardinal Newman High School in Columbia, South Carolina. During her high school studies, she led and helped the basketball team win over 4 SCISA, South Carolina Independent School Association, Class 3A state titles consistently. She also got her hands on the 2022 McDonald's All-American jersey, while also becoming the 2022 South Carolina Gatorade Player of the Year. Besides, she began dunking in middle school, studying at Cardinal Newman. This ultimately helped her win McDonald's All-American Dunk Contest in her senior year.
It means a lot to me. This is a huge accomplishment, and I just want to show everybody that I'm one of the best in the world. A lot of famous people.
Watkins, a 6'3" junior, has averaged around 9.2 points and 7.4 rebounds for the Gamecocks, finishing at 38-0. This way, the team became the first to win a national championship consistently since 2016. Columbia native Watkins, who has appeared in around 70 games, and is likely on her way to becoming a top player for South Carolina. But due to the recent turn of events, she might encounter setbacks due to her current scandal, which resulted in her suspension charges. Just as she was arrested after the incident, she was automatically suspended from her game activities. The University of South Carolina policy is that whenever a student athlete is arrested, they are instantly suspended from their team.
Good afternoon. This is Sam Shapiro reporting to you from the WIS newsroom. We have breaking news that University of South Carolina basketball player Ashlyn Watkins has been charged with assault and kidnapping. Watkins was arrested by campus police on Saturday, August 31st, after an incident at an on-campus affiliated apartment complex on the 600 block of Lincoln Street.
She was arrested and booked in Alvin S. Glenn Detention Center and charged with first-degree assault, battery, and kidnapping. According to the police arrest warrant of USC, she assaulted the victim by forcefully grabbing her face, pulling her by her arms and pushing.
Kidnapping statute needs to be changed because under the current law, if you restrict someone's movement for an instant, for a moment, then you are guilty of kidnapping. And that defies logic and what the general public would see. When you see so-and-so arrested for kidnapping, you would rightfully think that they've thrown someone in the trunk of their car and...
The warrant also said that she picked up the victim against her will and carried her.
If I do something with the intent to harm you and I lay hands on you, that's assault and battery, and then we just start ciphering out what level of assault and battery it is.
Grabbed the victim's head and forced her to walk down the hall, thus controlling her movement while preventing her from leaving. As per the warrant, the incident was also recorded on the surveillance camera of the university-affiliated apartment complex. The spokesperson of the women's basketball team said the school was aware of Watkins' arrest and kept bringing together information on the arrest.
Now, also a spokesperson for USC said that they are aware of the situation and are gathering more information.
She was let go after she paid a $30,000 personal recognizance bond on the same day of her arrest. With the support of her attorney, Todd Rutherford, Watkins is maintaining her innocence. Both she and Rutherford want everyone to have patience regarding the arrest. He said, "We believe once everybody has a full grasp of what happened, this will end up being a misunderstanding."
We believe that once everybody has a full grasp of what happened, that this will end up being a misunderstanding. What we know for certain is that Ashlyn did not assault anyone.
What we know for certain is that Ashlyn did not assault anyone, and she did not kidnap anyone. She was released with some rules that are a must to follow. She is not allowed to have any direct or indirect contact with the victim. She must keep 1,000 feet away from her house, work, school, and place of worship. The online judicial records say she cannot travel out of state for games and practice without the court's permission. On September 4th, the media made it seem like Watkins' suspension was lifted, but it was nothing more than a rumor. WIS-TV reported that her suspension was lifted while her father posted on social media that she was back to the game, writing, "USC suspension lifted y'all," with a lot of emojis. But it turned out to be false. Her father soon removed the post, and South Carolina confirmed that she was still suspended. She also couldn't make it to game celebrations at the White House. On September 10th, President Joe Biden hosted the 2024 National Championship at the White House, but Watkins wasn't invited to the ceremony due to her suspension and charges.
Okay, but the Lady Gamecocks of the South Carolina #1 seed, by the way, women's basketball team, was just at the White House with President Joe Biden and his wife Jill Biden to celebrate their championship. And it was someone that was very important to that championship that was obviously and painfully missing from the photos of the team, and with Ms. Dawn Staley, the head coach of that team, celebrating. And that is none other than Miss Ashley Watkins, aka Ashley Watkins.
Watkins is likely to face some difficulties as her next court appearances nearly coincide with her game schedule. She will appear in court again on October 25th, 2024, just 9 days before the women's basketball team faces Michigan in a new season on November 4th, 2024.
That's right, Judy Hannah. As you know, a first-degree assault and battery charge is a felony. That means if Watkins is convicted, she faces up to 10 years in prison. Now, as for the kidnapping charge, I spoke with state representative and local attorney Seth Rose. He tells me the state's kidnapping statute needs to change for several.
That's it for today's video. If you liked watching this story, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. What and how would the court decide on Watkins' charges? Drop your valuable thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for staying with me, and as always, stay safe out there.